Okay, I'm Bill Meiers in the English department, and this is probably my all-time favorite poem. And I just want to make one reference to something that comes up at the very end. It references an Egyptian novel and a character. I think she's a queen or a princess or something. She's called She, and you'll need to know that when we get to the end. Okay, it's called Marriage by Gregory Corso. Should I get married? Should I be good? Astound the girl next door with my velvet suit and Faustus hood? Don't take her to movies, but to cemeteries. Tell all about werewolf bathtubs and forked clarinets. Then desire her and kiss her and all the preliminaries, and she going just so far, and I understanding why. Not getting angry, saying you must feel, it's beautiful to feel. Instead, take her in my arms, lean against an old crooked tombstone, and woo her the entire night, the constellations in the sky. When she introduces me to her parents, back straightened, hair finely combed, strangled by a tie, should I sit with my knees together on their third-degree sofa and not ask, where's the bathroom? How else to feel other than I am, often thinking Flash Gordon soap? Oh, how terrible it must be for a young man seated before a family and the family thinking, we never saw him before. He wants our Mary Lou. After tea and homemade cookies, they ask, what do you do for a living? Should I tell them? Would they like me then? Say, all right, get married. We're losing a daughter, but we're gaining a son. And should I then ask, where's the bathroom? Oh God, and the wedding, all her family and her friends, and only a handful of mine, all scroungy and bearded. Just wait to get at the drinks and food. And the priest, he looking at me as if I masturbated, asking me, do you take this woman for your lawful wedded wife? And I, trembling, what to say pie glue. I kissed the bride, all those corny men slapping me on the back. She's all yours, boy, ha ha ha. And in their eyes you could see some obscene honeymoon going on. Then all that absurd rice and clanky cans and shoes. Niagara Falls, hordes of us, husbands, wives, flowers, chocolates, all streaming into cozy hotels, all going to do the same thing tonight. The indifferent clerk, he knowing what was going to happen. The lobby zombies, they knowing what. The whistling elevator man, he knowing. The winking bellboy knowing. Everybody knowing. I'd almost be inclined not to do anything. Stay up all night, stare that hotel clerk in the eye, screaming, I deny honeymoon. I deny honeymoon. Running rampant into those almost climactic suites, yelling, radio belly, cat shovel. Oh, I'd live in Niagara forever, in a dark cave beneath the falls. I'd sit there, the mad honeymooner, devising ways to break marriages, a scourge of bigamy, a saint of divorce. But I should get married. I should be good. How nice it'd be to come home to her and sit by the fireplace and she in the kitchen, aproned, young, and lovely, wanting my baby. And so happy about me she burns the roast beef and comes crying to get to me, and I get up from my big papa chair screaming, Christmas teeth, radiant brains, apple deaf. God, what a husband I'd make. Yes, I should get married. So much to do. Like sneaking into Mr. Jones' house late at night and cover his golf clubs with 1920 Norwegian books. Like hanging a picture of Rimbaud on the lawnmower. Like pasting Tanutuva postage stamps all over the picket fence. Like when Mrs. Kindhead comes to collect for the community chest, grab her and tell her there are unfavorable omens in the sky. And when the mayor comes to get my vote, tell him, when are you going to stop people killing whales? And when the milkman comes, leave him a note in the bottle. Penguin dust. Bring me penguin dust. I want penguin dust. Yet, if I should get married, and it's Connecticut and snow, and she gives birth to a child, and I am sleepless, worn, up for nights, head bowed against a quiet window that passed behind me, finding myself in the most common of situations a trembling man, knowledged with responsibility, not twig smear nor Roman coin soup. Oh, what would that be like? Surely I'd give it for a nipple, a rubber Tacitus, for a rattle, a bag of broken Bach records. Tack Della Francesca all over its crib, sew the Greek alphabet on its bib, and build for its playpen a roofless Parthenon. No, I doubt I'd be that kind of father, not rural, not snow, no quiet window, but hot, smelly, tight New York City. 7 flights up, roaches and rats in the walls, a fat Reichian wife screeching over potatoes, get a job, and 5 nose-running brats in love with Batman. And the neighbors all toothless and dry-haired like those hag masses of the 18th century, all wanting to come in and watch TV. The landlord wants his rent. Grocery store, Blue Cross, gas and electric, Knights of Columbus. Impossible to lie back and dream telephone snow. Ghost parking. No, I should not get married. I should never get married. But imagine if I were married to a beautiful, sophisticated woman, tall and pale, wearing an elegant black dress and long black gloves, holding a cigarette holder in one hand and a highball in the other. And we lived high up in a penthouse with a huge window from which we could see all of New York City, and even farther on clearer days. No, can't imagine myself married to that pleasant prison dream. Oh, but what about love? I forget love. Not that I'm incapable of love, it's just that I see love as odd as wearing shoes. I never wanted to marry a girl who was like my mother, and Ingrid Bergman was always impossible. And there's maybe a girl now, but she's already married. And I don't like men, but there's got to be somebody. Because what if I'm 60 years old and not married? All alone in a furnished room with pee stains on my underwear, and everybody else is married. All the universe is married but me. Ah, yet well I know that were a woman possible as I am possible, then marriage would be possible, like she, in her lonely alien god, waiting her Egyptian lover. So I wait, bereft of 2,000 years and the bath of life. Okay, now the thing I love about that poem is actually whether you're married or just in a long-term relationship, it says so much about what that's like. So on the one hand, this young guy, he wants to be married, he wants to be loved, but he's probably pretty immature and kind of scared of being married and scared of making a commitment. And so for him, marriage is this like giant non sequitur. And so he says all these things like radiant brains, Christmas teeth, apple deaf. And my personal favorite, and I wish I had said this at my own wedding, instead of saying I do, the only thing that he thinks makes any sense is to say pie glue. So I told my wife a number of times over the years, we've been married 28 years, that if I had known about this poem when we got married, even though everybody was there, it was a church wedding, very formal, I would have said pie glue. And then I would have had, I could have said later on, I don't think anybody would have even noticed. Then after that, I would have had an out. You know what I'm saying?